What's up, people? What's up? What's up, that CEO? What's up, everybody on Instagram? I've got great news for everybody. Right now, we're making oil from plastic waste. The machine is operating. It's operating quite well at that. I got quite some things to show everybody. Just a reminder, those of you that love my work and you want to help and contribute to this work, contribute to history, contribute to my research and finding a solution to plastic waste, please donate. It helps, goes further than you could think. But let me show you guys this oil we're making. Now, right now I'm live on Instagram and YouTube, so I gotta show you guys individually. But let me show you guys on Instagram first, this oil. Let's see. Then I'll show you guys on YouTube. Don't worry, we all are going to get a piece of the pie today. First of all, so I have many sight glasses. This is one of the sight glasses. You can clearly see there's oil around, but this one, you can see the flowing oil coming from plastic waste right there. Boom. What better proof? What better proof than that right there? Flowing oil going into the condenser. So what ends up happening is this oil right here is already moving slow, right? Because it's cold. It goes through this condenser and gets even colder. We all know what happens when oil gets cold. It gets really viscous and slow, so that's why you barely see flow here. Let me show my YouTube people. Show my YouTube people the same thing. We got it. Look, guys, on YouTube. So, first, this is where the last sight glass before the tank. You could see there's obviously oil, but it's pretty slow moving. But we come up here, consistent stream, consistent flow of oil from plastic. It reaches this condenser, which cools it down even more. That's why it becomes so viscous and really little crunchy, slimy stuff there. But either way, we got oil. We've been running the machine for about a little bit over an hour. The machine's been operating safe. It's been operating well. Of course, you can tell. Take a look at me. I've been safe. I've been well. We're back in the game. Come on now. So, of course, you know, come closer to the end of this run, or once the run is done, I'm going to take this oil out, and we're going to see, like, is it flammable? Does it burn? Make sure. You said, hey, bro, love from Denmark. Hey, much love to Denmark. Metz, 1988. Good to see you guys from all around the world to embark on this journey with me. I got something else to show you guys, though. I got something else to show you. Okay, and it's not this. I mean, it has something to do with this, but it's not this. Watch. Come with me over here. All right, class. What do I have here? Well, I have here a tank. Duh. What's special about a tank? Let me tell you what's special about a tank. Not only do I make liquid fuels, oil from plastic, but I also make natural gas. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to demonstrate the natural gas production. Okay? You said the neighbors must love you? Guess what? I ain't got no neighbors. Oh, can you guys see that? Oops. It's coming at quite a flow, quite a bit of pressure. Let's see if I can slow down the pressure. Maybe you can see it. There you go. Natural gas from plastic. Look at that clean burning flame right there. Look, you can barely even see it. Natural gas from plastic waste being compressed inside of this tank. There you go. There you have it. So not only are we making liquid fuels, well, you see the proof right there. We're making natural gas too. Where are we at? We're about 70 psi right now of natural gas from plastic waste. So there we go. And that natural gas, my generator is a tri-fuel generator. Okay, so I'm gonna actually test this natural gas on my generator at some point in time, because my generator can run off of gasoline, propane, and natural gas. And obviously, we produce natural gas and gasoline. So that's awesome right there. That's awesome right there. Does it work with all kind of plastic? Yes. However, certain types of plastic like PVC, you have to do something different. You have to process it differently and add certain additives to react with potential very toxic chlorine in the PVC, for example. Or like if you put PTFE or Teflon in there, it has Teflon in there. And or not Teflon, but fluoride in there. So anything with halogens, you gotta put things in there to react with the halogens on a chemical catalytic level, or else when I burn this natural gas of mine, I'm gonna be emitting chlorine, right? Not good. So, but it will break down every type of plastic though. There's no type of plastic that will survive in this machine. Go watch Dr. Stone. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it. People have been saying that to me for years. So guys, look at the machine. I've made some changes because I haven't been getting oil from it, and it's been so annoying. But I'm getting oil now. That's all that matters. But it's been so annoying, so I had to make some changes. We're finally getting the oil now, and I'm excited because it's been so long. I've been waiting to get my money shot of the oil flowing out. Okay, and now we're here. Now let me check all my stuff. 1 second. Oh yeah, okay, we're all good. We're still making oil. Temperatures look good. And by the way, I have built a Faraday cage around every single one of the microwave generators. You can kind of see it behind me. See the little net on those microwave generators? That's a Faraday cage. I also built one around my computer. And guys, if you remember from last live stream, my microwave meter was telling us I was being exposed to about 2 to 3 microwaves per square centimeter. Now, that's not bad. The safe limit is 5. But 2 and 3 is not bad. But now that I put the Faraday cage, look, it's not even 1. Not even 1. Okay? So it's even better now. That's what we like to see. So things are improving. Let me show you guys. We're still making oil. Now, I didn't put that much plastic in here. And that's probably the only reason at this point why it isn't an absolute crazy flow of oil, because there's not that much in here. You know, it's very correlative to how much plastic you put in. But right now, I really was just trying to get the oil more than anything, a consistent stream, a consistent flow, and that's obviously what we're getting. So let me hook up another tripod here. Hold on. Because I gotta tap in, guys. We gotta tap in with the TikTok and the Facebook people. Okay? What's up, Leaky? What's up, Leaky? Good to see you, bro. How you been, man? Nice to see you too, Mafia. You said how many watts per hour to run this plant? I can tell you the exact wattage. This thing operates at about 9,500 watts. Okay? 9,500 watts. So it is an electrically expensive machine. It is. It consumes about as much electricity as a big, like, 2-ton air conditioner, for example. A big air conditioner. So it is able to operate off of power that your home has. However, it's expensive power, expensive electricity, because it's a lot of electricity. So that's why we do what we can to optimize, every way this machine runs, in the hopes of higher and higher efficiency. All right, we're about to tap in. We're about to tap in with TikTok. We're about to get this TikTok live stream going too. We're live on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You said, wouldn't solar help? Yes. The only reason I'm not doing solar now is because it's expensive as hell. And I spent so much money on the machine and moving it, I don't have money right now for solar. But I'm gonna have to do solar a little bit later. And I got a certain budget per quarter of the year. So I appreciate you guys, though, truly. All your support, all your donations, all your sharing. It makes the world a difference. It got us here. So you guys are the real ones. What is this doing? What is TikTok doing? Just go live. Goodness gracious. Doing the absolute most. And we got to tap in with Facebook, too. Everybody needs to see what we're doing. You said donate to the homie for solar power recycling on steroids. Yeah, for real. I mean, look, that's the only thing, just the funds really for the solar, because solar is so expensive to buy. The panels and the batteries and the cords and then the inverters, all that, you know, I did the estimation. It's going to be over $10,000 to be able to run my machine off of solar. That's on the low end. It's going to be between $10,000 and $20,000, right? So maybe I can set up a GoFundMe for that. Maybe we could tap in and we can get that solar sooner than I thought. But otherwise, it's going to take probably until sometime next year before I can even get close to thinking of doing this solar, just because of the expense, you know. It ain't cheap. All right, let's tap in on Facebook here. What's up, guys, on TikTok? Right now, we are making oil from plastic waste. Let's get this Facebook going too. Alright, so I'll put this in the shot for everybody to see. But you can see the sight glass down below. And there is indeed oil from plastic waste being funneled into the sight glass here. What's up, Elior on TikTok? All right, let's get Facebook going soon. So we can see, you guys on TikTok, you can see too. See the sight glass right here. This is oil being made from plastic waste live in this machine. Of course, I'm not logged in. Of course, I'm not logged in on Facebook. Goodness gracious. So we've been running the machine now for almost 2 hours. 1 hour and 42 minutes. Now, I didn't put that much plastic in, so it's probably starting to trickle out, dim down some. But let's spin the blades, though. So right now I have 3 out of the 6 magnetrons on. Why? Because at this point the machine is so hot, most of the plastic isn't in the back of the machine, so we only have the magnetrons near the front of the machine on, right? And sorry, the live stream had gone off for a second, guys, on YouTube. We're about to tap in on Facebook. That's what we're about to do. Those of you who want to support the project, make sure you donate. Continue this research. We gotta find a solution to this plastic, you know. And guys, look out for a video later today, because I'm gonna be taking this oil out, seeing if it burns, doing all that type of stuff with it, you know, seeing how it looks, the viscosity, all that type of stuff, you know, the things we've done in the past, just to see the viability of this oil product. All right. You said, what is your end goal with all this? The end goal is to get these machines everywhere. You know, I don't really want to build one big centralized machine, because if we were to ship plastic waste to this centralized machine, I kind of feel like that's not as good as it could be. I feel like the better solution is to have these machines around like this size, maybe a little bit bigger, but to have them in the communities that need them. So plastic waste is dealt with at the source, not having to be shipped all around the world. You said, I like the whole thing, just concerned it puts me in danger. Well, it is a dangerous process. You know, I recently got blown up. So it's certainly not safe, but, you know, I'm going to do it because I want to solve a problem in this world, the plastic waste problem, or at least be a part of the solution in any way I can. Sorry, guys. I gotta do all this two-factor authentication stuff to log into Facebook here. It's taking some time. We're just trying to get, you know, we're just trying to broadcast the message to as many people as possible. Oh yeah, so the oil is definitely slowing down now on the machine. What that lets me know is, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. Most of the plastic at this point has been degraded. I only put in about 3 pounds of plastic, which that's a lot of plastic, but it's not a lot for this machine. This machine, minimum, you gotta stuff 10 pounds in its mouth. Minimum. If you really want a fat run, right? But I honestly I've been in this experimental phase trying to get the oils to come out again at a consistent level. So I wanted to make sure it works before I spit. You know, in order to shred 10 pounds of plastic, it takes about an hour. It's a lot of plastic to shred. Like, last time I did a 10-pound plastic run, it took about 3 55-gallon drums worth of plastic to shred to get 10 pounds of plastic. Like, it's a lot of freaking plastic. I mean, of course, it depends on what type of plastic you're using, but most plastic is really light. All right, we're about to go live on this Facebook group. Yes. So we're gonna do go tap in. I'll be answering your guys' questions too. I just had to get this set up here. I should have had this set up before I went live, but it's all good. All right, we good now. All right, so we're live on everything now. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Does your computer have a transparent side panel? No, it's a metal side panel, but it's also in a Faraday cage. Let me show you guys on YouTube. Because you guys on YouTube, you guys were telling me the most. Put the computer in a Faraday cage. So look, it's completely in a Faraday cage. And then look, you see all the metal screen around all the waveguides and magnetrons? That combination, it's aluminum screen, okay? And it works. It's fine aluminum screen, and we got great results all the way around. So how does it work? Great question. Let me back up so we can kind of have a zoom out so I can explain how this whole thing works. I gotta check my natural gas anyway. What's up, guys, on Facebook? We are currently turning plastic into fuel live. So let's back everybody up here. I got a school bus of live streams, a school bus of people here that are all watching. So we all kind of we all gotta be patient with each other now. 4 freaking live streams going on now. Okay, we gotta make sure the machine's in the shot so I can explain it. Everybody needs to see at the same time. All right. So how does the machine work? Let me explain how this machine works. We lost connectivity on the TikTok. Are we back, TikTok? Are we back, TikTok? Or are we still out? Are we back on TikTok? Are we back live? We're back live? Cool, sorry. My Ethernet disconnected there. Okay. So, how does the machine work? I'm just making sure everybody can see the shot of the machine, okay? You guys gotta be patient with me. Doing this solo, moving 4 cameras around the place. Okay, good. Everybody can see. TikTok can see. Instagram can see. YouTube can see. Great. All right, so how does this machine work? Well, first, plastic must be shredded. Now, I have a plastic shredder back here, so I shred plastic. We have the shredded plastic. It's then loaded into the machine. Wait 1 second. All right, I was just making sure the natural gas is good. We're at 100 psi of natural gas right now. So anyways, plastic is shredded and loaded into the machine. I have a vacuum loader that basically sucks up the plastic and puts it right into the machine so there's no leakage, okay? Shredded plastic goes into the machine, and then we end up getting all the oxygen out of the machine, or majority of it out. And how do we do that? By pulling a vacuum out of the machine, about half a vacuum. Well, the reason why we do that is because of this. If you have oxygen in an environment in which something is being heated up, it will create fire. Thank you for the donation, Sir Charles, and 26 on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Rachel, for the $10 on Cash App. I appreciate you, everybody, for your donations. So, when you have oxygen, you create fire. Now, I want to break down to and make very clear to everybody right now. This is not burning plastic. The plastic is not catching on fire. And the reason it's not catching on fire is because there's no oxygen in this environment. So the plastic goes in this machine, we remove the oxygen, and then microwaves turn on. Now the plastic mixes with carbon. The microwaves heat up the carbon to like thousands of degrees, very hot. And then that carbon then transfers that heat to the plastic. Since there's no oxygen, the plastic cannot catch on fire and, burn, create smoke. Instead, the plastic breaks down under that heat in this environment without oxygen and ends up being turned into its basic chemical constituent parts. It becomes distilled, like making some whiskey, baby, some moonshine, okay? But what is the chemical constituents of plastic, you may ask? Well, plastic, you see, is actually made of petroleum. It's made of crude oil. Plastic's the solid form of crude oil. We know what crude oil is. Crude oil is what we pump from the ground, we refine it, we make gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, asphalt, all that type of stuff. So since plastic is the solid form of that, it's almost like turning ice into steam. Ice into water into steam. The plastic, the crude oil in the plastic gets broken apart and it becomes a crude oil vapor. That crude oil vapor travels up these long column pipes you see here, and it reaches a condenser. And the condenser takes that hot crude oil vapor and it cools it down. So around right here, you see where the slant starts? And that thing starts to lean back a little bit. That's where the condensers start. So that hot crude oil vapor reaches this little lean back here, and then it gets cooled down. And then when it gets cooled down, it's just like when a cloud takes that, steam that it was once water and it becomes a cloud, and then it rains down. It's the same thing. It's called condensation. Okay, thank you for the donations on TikTok. Who else was that? The black bag, or the black KG. Thank you guys. So it condenses out. What condenses out of this crude oil vapor? Crude oil. So we literally turn the plastic into crude oil, and that crude oil comes down these condensers, boom, falls down into this keg here. Okay? It falls down into the keg. This is where the crude oil is collected. But there's some of these crude oil vapors that never turn back into liquid. They never condense. They cannot condense. What happens to them? Well, instead of falling down and going into the keg like the oil does, they actually end up traveling up this little hump here, the little camel hump, and then they get pulled and sucked through a pump that's going to compress them into our tank over here, and those end up becoming natural gas. So we're turning plastic into fuel all across the board. Some of you may ask, what happens to the plastic that's inside the machine? Well, that plastic ends up becoming carbon black, which is pretty much the base form of almost everything. And so all that's left on the inside of the machine is carbon black, minerals, metals, glass, inorganic materials. Can be sifted out, can be filtered. That carbon black can be processed and used for anything carbon's used for. Pigments, activated carbon, you know, biochar. When it's properly processed, it's carbon. Carbon is carbon, okay, when it's properly processed. So with that being said, right now I've been running the machine for 2 hours pretty much. And we got it to half power because, you know, once the machine really warms up, you don't have to put as much power into it the whole time. So you're vaporizing it. We're not vaporizing it. See, what ends up happening, see, if I was vaporizing the plastic, and that's a great point you said that, that's a misconception. When I get my oils from plastic and my natural gas from plastic, it is no longer plastic. It is in order for it to become that natural gas vapor, that crude oil vapor, and condense into crude oil, it's a permanent chemical change. We are liberating the hydrocarbon bonds that made plastic plastic. We're splitting them apart and making them into smaller molecules. So it's no longer plastic. So when I burn this crude oil or I burn this natural gas, I am not burning plastic anymore. I am burning different products. The products that were made of those hydrocarbon bonds, the hydrogen, the carbon, and everything in between. Right? So when I tell you that, we're not making microplastics in the fuel. We're not making microplastics in the natural gas. The only part of this process that could have microplastics in it is the carbon products. And that's only if the machine does not operate properly. If the machine operates how it's intended, the carbon should be completely liberated of all organic molecules, where it's only inorganic things. So the carbon shouldn't have any oil in it, it shouldn't have any plastic in it, it should literally only be freaking carbon and dust, baby. Carbon, glass, metal, inorganic things only. So that's the only place that microplastics could exist, but not in the fuel products. So let me check all my stuff, my temperatures and everything, and I'll get back to you guys. But that's how the machine works in a nutshell. One second, guys, I gotta get another battery for my camera. Okay, so we're 2 hours in, and stood on 2.5 negative PSI, the temperature is there. I have the machine currently operating on half power. There's no point in putting power back in the base when all the plastic is now in the middle and into the machine. I do want to notice, I'll let you know, the oil flow is starting to slow down. Now there's still oil coming out, but it is slowing down, and plastic within the machine. So there's not that much plastic to make much more oil at a certain point of time in the machine. And we're still getting natural gas. In fact, the natural gas tank over here is at over 100 PSI. So that's doing good. It is a big tank, so 100 PSI for that is a lot. And so right now the generator is running, and we're pulling about, I believe it's 7,000 watts. Let's see. 5,600 watts. So 5,600 watts of energy being pulled versus the typical 9,000 that we're usually looking at when we're running this thing at full power. So it's half power now. And yeah, we're still getting oil. We'll still run it for a little bit, probably about 2 hours, 2 hours 30 minutes mark before we'll turn it off. You know, it's kind of hard to tell when the reaction is truly done, but I would say we could tell it's done once this starts to rise quite a bit, because that lets us know not much vapor is being produced. All right, I'm back. I just had, I got to record these little snippets for YouTube. You said, what are you using for a power supply? I am running this machine off of a generator, a tri-fuel Westinghouse generator, and it's a generator rated for 10,500 watts. this machine at peak power pulls 9,500 watts. Yeah, it is more productive, or it's more efficient at half power, because you have to have it, like, there's no point in putting full power in when there is not even plastic at the back of the machine. So I have magnetrons all along this machine. Right now the plastic is primarily in the middle and the front of the machine, so I only have those magnetrons on. I do not have the magnetrons at the back of the machine on. The machine's already hot anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the blades. Now what do I mean by that? Because not everybody knows. What are the blades? Inside of this machine there are auger blades, like spiral blades. Think about like a corkscrew. And that corkscrew helps move the plastic down the machine. So the plastic started off at the very back of the machine, and the corkscrew helps move it down. So when I say I'm going to spin the blades, it's going to agitate the plastic, which will help break up some pockets, allow more plastic to be broken down, and move the plastic down to hotter spots of the machine. So let's go do that. I have a little remote here, but I like to check it as I do it. Alright, so we got the blade spinning. The typical reaction we see when the blades spin is that we will see more oils, more vapors, more of that stuff come out, because the blades, as they agitate the plastic, it helps the plastic be exposed to microwaves and break down better. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat on YouTube. You said, is the Mark IV cycling multiple distillation processes to separate the gaseous vapors at different levels? No, it's not. It's not doing that. And the reason why is because that's fine regular run. But once the machine goes under vacuum, the machine is currently on negative pressure. Once it's under negative pressure, it's kind of irrelevant, because all the vapors get sucked through so fast. There's not going to be much separation. Thank you for the $10 super chat on YouTube, Brian Rizzo. Oh, and did I say your name? Kensu, thank you for the $5. Thank you for the $10. Brian Rizzo, you said, this guy is an American terrorist for spreading harmful chemicals in the air to the public. He clearly a black regarded person. YouTube won't let me call you, oh, you're trying to say the word retarded. Okay. Well, thank you for the $10. Oh, okay. That's kind of funny. Well, I'll say this to you. I will be honest. Plastic, it ain't clean stuff. The fuels I'm making and all this has not been tested yet. So it's fair to assume that it's definitely toxic and not safe. So, I'll say to you, that's why I'm out here in the countryside. Nobody around me, okay? So if anybody's being exposed to toxic things, it's just me, right? That's pretty much all I can say to that. But thank you for the $10, though. I appreciate it. You know, as much as you may not like to hear it, your $10 is going to help me contribute to me continuing this project. So, yeah, thank you. Let's see. I don't think he nets more energy than is burned out. Yeah, so it's very tough to do that. It is actually possible to net more energy out without breaking the law of thermodynamics. That's because you're not creating energy. You're actually just extracting the energy from the plastic. But the only way to do that is to be able to have a machine that is continuously operational. If your machine is like this in a batch machine, it's pretty much impossible to net more energy out. Now, it can be done with enough plastic in, you know, with the proper type of efficiency and whatever. But this machine needs to be continuous, which means you can load plastic in while it's running if you want peak efficiency, right? So that's obviously not what we're getting right now. We're not getting peak efficiency. You said, yeah, don't blame the oil companies for making the plastic. Yeah, that's the funny thing, right? People, look, it's funny because some people act like I'm doing such a horrible thing, and I'm like, and then they sit here and like say all this stuff to me in my comments over and over again. I'm like, why don't you go protest against Shell or BP? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because even if what I was doing was horrible, the scale at which I'm doing it is nothing compared to, look what Shell does to Africa, to nations in Africa. Look at what they do to those communities, to those people, to the entire countries. They buy out entire governments in certain nations in Africa to freaking do their oil stuff, their corrupt oil stuff, and then pollute it. It's just horrible. Look up, go focus on them, okay? Because I'm trying to do something to plastic, okay? I'm trying. I never said it's the best thing. I never said it's the most perfect or the cleanest thing. But it's something that's being tried, okay, in the intentions of doing something right. There's companies that don't even try, and their only intentions are just to make money. In fact, that's most companies on Earth. So there's plenty of people to focus on, okay? But the point is, I'm actually genuinely trying with proper intentions to do something for everybody. Jennifer Gags, thank you for the $100 on Cash App. You said from the B&B family at Troy Ave. Thank you very much. So much, Troy Ave and the family, the BIB family. I appreciate you guys so much for the $100 on Cash App. You guys really help out this Friday. Thank you all for the love. Thank you, Jorge, on TikTok for the cat paws. Keep up the good work. Agrippa says on Facebook for 40 stars. Dixie with the $40 on Cash App for love what you're doing. Thank you very much, Dixie, for the $40 on Cash App. So the effort is everything. Exactly, the effort's everything, and I'm trying to innovate. Exactly what you said, Stumpy GT. See, these companies, they're not trying to innovate. They're trying to stop technology. They're trying to stop innovation so they can keep their profits. Even if what I'm doing is toxic or not good for the environment, the point is, it's innovation. It's trying to get to somewhere. If we would never get anywhere, we would never improve our situation if we don't even try. And I'm trying. That's the point. That's what innovation, that's what science is all about. And most of the companies that run this world and most of the policies that exist in this world are anti-scientific and anti-innovation. That's why if you notice in this modern day, there are a lot less garage inventors, there are a lot less innovations. Almost everything you see is just a copy of something that already existed. Look at even the movies. Half the movies that come out now are just remakes of the good stuff that was made fresh, invented back then. That's how the world is now, because we've come to an age where it's all about money, and it's no longer about improving reality for humans. It's all about just we met this peak of money. Let's keep it that way. Let's keep all the money for ourselves. Let's squash any type of innovation. So all I'm saying is, if you truly care about the environment and you truly want to have a voice and speak out for something, you shouldn't be on my page. Okay, you shouldn't be on my page speaking to me, saying I'm doing something bad for trying something. You should be at the doors of BP, at the doors of Shell, at the doors of almost every freaking company that exists that has billions of dollars of revenue and profit, trillions of dollars of revenue and profit, but doing nothing for the environment, while I'm at least trying, okay? Because the point I'm trying to make is this right here. Not everybody's doing what they need to do, but I'm trying to do something. Thank you, Lennon, for the heart on TikTok. So let's see how this oil's looking. All right, so the oil flow is really starting to slow down, guys. Really starting to slow down. This is hurting me a headache. This freaking thing. The oil flow is really starting to slow down. That lets me know the machine is almost done. He said he gave me $5. Wait, I saw a $5 super chat on YouTube. Wait, where'd it go? He said, drink it. Why does this dude keep calling me a black guy? Look, dude. Look, Brian. It's pretty obvious I'm black, okay? But hey, you know what, Brian? Plot twist. I'm actually white, okay? I got burned. And take a look at my foot. Look, hold on, let me show you my foot. So you call me a black guy, but I'm actually white. I'm genuinely white, and I'm serious when I say that. All you will be surprised. I was surprised too, but you know, in me getting burnt and surviving an explosion of my machine, I actually was able to figure out my inner whiteness. Okay, I'm not completely black. Look at my foot. See that? Look, let me show everybody. I'm not actually black. I'm actually white, guys. It's the funny thing about this. I have transitioned races. I'm the first person to be transracial. Okay? You may have heard of transgenders, but have you heard of a transracial? I have gone through racial metamorphosis, my friends. I've gone through racial metamorphosis through the flames of a fire. So you're calling me a black guy, but listen, Brian, you got to get the facts straight. I'm a hybrid. I'm a zebra. I'm black and white, baby, like Michael Jackson. I'm black and white. You say give it to your family, give it to your kids. Tell them how it's made. Brian, why don't you go drink some gasoline from the gas station? Look, Brian, you can't even drink biodiesel. You can't even drink diesel made from frickin' plants. You can't even drink ethanol made from corn, buddy. Every type of fuel is meant for engines, not for us. I keep telling people that over and over again. People saying, oh yeah, if you breathe it in, if you drink it, you're gonna get cancer. No shit, you're gonna get cancer drinking any type of fuel. What do you think? Like, hey, how about you, since the gasoline that's made in this world now is so much better than my gasoline, why don't you go give the regular gasoline from the station with 10% ethanol to your kids and family, right? No, because we all know what's gonna happen. It's meant for engines, buddy. Look, gasoline, if you burn gasoline without a catalytic converter, it doesn't pass the EPA. It does not. It has to have the cat converter on. You burn diesel without the cat converter, does not pass the EPA. So you can't even, we don't even know, until I get my stuff experimented on all these different levels and fractions, what it really looks like. Just saying. But thank you for the $5 though. Hey, at least you're contributing to the project, right? So thank you. So anyways, guys, I was saying, I think we're gonna go ahead and shut off the machine because it's not really making much anymore. Let's see how much natural gas we have. We're at about 125 psi of natural gas in this big tank, so that's a good amount of natural gas. So I think we're gonna turn off the machine now because, like I said, not much of a point. Alright, so we are 2 hours, 10 minutes in. The pressure is still pretty fine, so natural gas is still being made. I only have 4 magnetons on. However, look at the oil flow completely stopped. That kind of lets me know that at this point, most of the plastic is pretty much good in the machine. We've been having the blades spinning too, so, you know, at this point we're going to go ahead and turn the machine off. Temperatures, they are still rising a little bit. We're going to turn it off though. I don't think there's much of a point of having it on anymore. I didn't put that much plastic in, so 2 hours sounds about right how much plastic I put in. Obviously there is still some natural gas. And we will keep the recovery pump on for just a little bit to get the rest of the natural gas out. Right now the recovery tank is sitting at, as you can see, it's almost 150 psi. It's about 135 right now. 131. This is a good run. Got a decent amount of oil. We're going to see at the end, of course, open up this valve, watch that stuff pour out. But you can see that the side glass is really starting to get this really thick, clogged stuff. And that's primarily probably because of a lack of heat. Or a lack of continuous building heat. Simply because, you know, the reaction is over now. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the recovery pump. Because at this point, I cannot open this machine with it still being under vacuum, or it could blow up. Because there's a whole bunch of flammable fumes in here that are hot, and then if oxygen gets sucked in, enough of it, it will create an explosion, an explosive environment, and blow my black ass up again. So I'll go ahead and turn off this recovery pump, so that way we can figure out what we're going to do with this oil. Overall, a very successful project. All right, so there it is. We have completed the run. About 3-4 pounds of plastic put in the machine. The machine is no longer on, okay? Before everybody asks why I'm taking off my stuff, the machine's not on anymore. You just heard the generator go out. So I cannot open the machine right now and show you the oils. Because the machine is still under vacuum. Thank you, DEA News, for $6. He said, keep going. I appreciate you, DEA News, on the Cash App for the $6. Could you stick that unit on a truck and run the truck directly off the fuel it produces? So here's the thing, right? The only product from this process that can be used raw, I mean, now you could use the crude oil raw in a diesel engine, right? But it wouldn't be clean enough or consistent enough to know the emissions that come from it. But you can use a natural gas raw as is. So you could use that. However, the issue becomes, right, you would have to have some type of way to power the system. You could not power the system off of your engine for example, right? Unless you have a tailored engine that works like a generator, like a really big generator that can run an air conditioner unit. But let's say you had a huge trailer with solar and then solar batteries, and then you had this machine in there. Well, yes, you could, use this machine, make natural gas, and run your natural gas vehicle. You could do that off of this because, for example, we have natural gas. Is it raining? Is it actually raining? What the heck? The forecast said it wouldn't rain for the next freaking week. Did you capture the natural gas? Yes, I did. It's right there in this yellow recovery tank. And I'm about to show all you guys. We're going to see together the quality of this natural gas. This is why I'm saying that you can use a natural gas right away. You're going to see the quality, okay, of this natural gas. And I hope that you actually be able to see, because you guys are all kind of far from the tank. But let's see if you'll be able to see this. Okay, that was just some residual pressure in the tank or in the line, but we can turn it on and it's invisible. It's an invisible flame. Yeah, unfortunately, natural gas is invisible, so we can't see it. But that does kind of go to show like how clean it is. You can't see it, the flame, it burns so clean. However, the good thing about the natural gas in this tank, I used to keep it in yoga balls, right? Those are an explosion risk, of course. But we keep it in this tank now, which is way safer, and then I can use it. So the idea is this, guys. I get this crude oil from the machine. You guys saw the oils coming out the machine. They're pretty dark. They're pretty yellow. They need to be refined. I get the oils from this machine. I can then use the natural gas from this tank to help distill the oils or refine them, instead of having to use extra energy to refine the oils. And then those refined oils can do what they do. So, you said stretch your trailer. I'm not in a trailer. I'm in a carport, and there are no doors. But I have everything in position to where, the things that don't really matter if they get a little bit of rain on them don't really matter. But yeah, there we have it, guys. Making it continuous would definitely require methods that allow polymer to enter and get fuel without affecting the inner pressure or temperature by much. Yeah, and Zion myself, it's actually pretty easy to do that if the machine is under vacuum, because you could put the plastic in like an airlock chamber and pull all the air from the airlock chamber and then open another gate valve to let it fall into the machine. The biggest issue with making it continuous is that plastic gets stuck on stuff when you're trying to load it in and open the valve. So I'm gonna have to design an auger feed system to slowly trickle in plastic versus putting in a whole bunch at the top and just opening the valve and it all falling in. Because if you put in a whole bunch at the top, airlock it, then open the valve, it's just gonna sit there. So it needs to have a continuous auger feed system to slowly rotate it in. I'm gonna have to design that and build that. That's the only reason it's not continuous now, because that's a lot more engineering to do. So, yeah. But anyways, there you have it, guys. You saw the oils coming out. You said thank you for showing us the way. Hey, you guys are absolutely welcome. I love to bring everybody along for the journey. So you said IRL Dr. Stone. Are there microwaves involved for heat generation or something? Yeah, so the microwaves are the source of heat to break down the plastic. So are you collecting rainwater? You guys know it's actually illegal to collect rainwater. That's some nonsense, right? The government collects rainwater. Goodness. Annoying, but yeah, I did. I had a little mini homestead going back when I lived with my parents. So yeah, I collected rainwater. Right now, I'm working to get back in that life. Okay, that's the life right there, the homestead life. Are these blades still on? All right, but yeah, guys, there you have it. Oh, look out for a big video coming out later today. A big video, maybe one of my biggest videos. I would say it's gonna be a viral video of this oil, of us testing. I'm gonna open up this valve. We're gonna let it pour out. We're gonna see what we get. So I'm just saying, stay tuned for that. Look out for that. That'll be coming later today. I appreciate all all your donations, all your support, all your shares. Next time I'm out here, I'll be out here like next week, next Monday again. I'm gonna put in the biggest amount of plastic. I'm gonna put in like 10. No, I probably do. Now that we're making oil, I probably want to do 15 pounds of plastic. Now, mind you, the most I've ever put in before has been 10 pounds. I got half a gallon from 10 pounds, over half a gallon from 10 pounds from one run. So the idea is I want to be able to make a gallon per run minimum. So I got to see how much plastic that's going to be. And I will also let everybody know the more plastic you put in, the more efficient the machine is. So with that being said, I appreciate you all. Look forward for that. For the video coming out today, and look forward to my next time when I'm out here, the next big run we're going to do. Humongous run. And I appreciate all your support, all your donations. Thank you for the badge, Zach, always on Instagram, OG Zach. You guys take care, stay blessed, have a good day. And yeah, we're about to change the world, guys. Let's change the world. Take care, guys, on YouTube. You guys take care. Thank you all for your donations, by the way. As well as you, what was his name? Riso? Brian. Thank you, Brian, as well.